Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive.
Let's do it.
All right, so today we're going to be looking at AI and how it's going to, well, maybe revolutionize how we work.
Yeah, no kidding.
We've got this really cool article from datapro.news.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Came out just last month, December 18th to be exact.
The digital polymaths are coming to augment you. Catchy title.
Yeah, it definitely caught my eye too. And, it really gets you thinking about what if we had like a personal AI assistant?
Not just like a Siri or an Alexa, though, right?
Right, like way more than a chatbot. This is like a true polymath.
Multi-talented and expert in all sorts of things.
Exactly. I mean, are you ready to see how this could, change your average workday?
Oh, absolutely. I think we're already seeing the demand for AI professionals just skyrocket.
No kidding.
Like a Cell venture capital data, they're showing that business intelligence analytics hires are up 50%.
Just in the past year.
Yeah. And AI engineer hires, get this, up 285%.
285. That is insane.
It's huge. No wonder everyone's talking about AI, right?
Yeah, like Gardner said last year, AI is going to be as disruptive as World War II.
Wow, that's a big statement.
It is. I mean, World War II, that completely reshaped the global economy, like societies, technologies.
I mean, yeah.
So to say AI has that same level of transformative power, that's a bold statement.
Yeah. But it kind of highlights how important this is, you know? Like, really got to pay attention.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was Bill Gates who said, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years.
Right.
But with AI, I feel like those 10 years of like innovation could happen in like a year.
Or even less, maybe.
Yeah, maybe even less. It's crazy.
So how is all of this even possible?
Well, the article breaks it down into three major advancements.
Okay, I'm listening.
Near infinite context windows, text-to-action technology, and then recursive self-improvement.
So basically, AI that has access to tons of information, understands what we're saying to it,
Can take action based on that.
and then learns from all of it, just gets better and better.
Exactly.
The article uses this fictional AI polymath assistant named Leo.
Oh, right. I remember Leo.
Yeah, to kind of illustrate what this could look like, in real life. Imagine it's 2025, you're at work, you need to design a complex data model for a new project.
Okay, so I'm sitting there, coffee in hand, staring at my blank screen, trying to figure out how to like even approach this whole new customer data integration project.
Right, because you've got data coming from like your CRM, billing system, support tickets. It's everywhere.
It's a total mess.
It is. So traditionally, you'd be spending hours, maybe days, just trying to figure it all out, right? Researching models, drawing diagrams.
Oh, yes.
But with Elio, it's different. It's like a conversation. You tell it what you need, and it does the hard work.
So I could be like, hey, Leo, I need to design a data vault model for this customer data project. Can you like help me out here?
And Elio, since it's, a data expert, starts breaking the model down into smaller pieces, explains the logic behind it all, even generates a visual model for you.
So wait, instead of me trying to like decipher technical specs,
Yay.
I'm seeing this visual representation of my data structure.
Exactly. And it's not just any structure. The article highlights how Leo suggests a specific model, Data Vault 2.0, which is built to handle a ton of data and be super flexible and secure.
Data Vault 2.0. Okay, so what makes that so special?
Well, think of it like a really, really organized warehouse for your data.
Yeah.
It's designed to handle changes easily, load data at different speeds depending on where it's coming from, and it's got security built right in.
So just like takes care of everything.
It's all about making your data work for you, not the other way around.
That sounds amazing, and I wouldn't even need to be like a data architect to understand it.
Nope. And this is like just the start. Remember that text to action thing we mentioned?
Yeah.
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so I've got my data vault model, thanks to Leo. Now it's, say, midday, and I need to analyze customer churn. Normally, I'd be digging through spreadsheets, writing complicated SQL queries.
But with LEO, you just tell it what you need in plain English. Like, LEO, analyze customer churn patterns by combining support ticket sentiment with billing history. No need to write code. You don't even need to know SQL.
And what happens next? Does it like spit out a report at me?
It actually generates the SQL queries for you, but it doesn't stop there. It explains the logic behind the queries so you can actually understand what's happening.
So it's like having a data analysis tutor built into my AI assistant.
Exactly. And remember that near infinite context window we were talking about? That means LEO is keeping track of your entire data model while it's working, so it can like generate really smart and accurate queries. It even suggests ways to make them run faster and flags any potential data quality problems.
Wow. It really is like having a whole team of data experts right there in my computer. But, okay, what about a really tough challenge? The article talked about integrating data from like a newly acquired company.
Oh yeah, that can be a nightmare.
Right.
Inconsistent data formats, different business
The
keys.
whole 9 yards. So how could LEO even, like, begin to tackle something like that?
It's impressive, really. It takes this like multifaceted approach. First, it looks at both companies' data architectures,
Yeah.
to find those inconsistencies.
So it's kind of like mapping out the terrain before it starts building anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But what about the business logic behind the data? You can't just like merge everything without understanding what it all means
All
or
right, you're totally right. And that's where Elio's polymath skills really shine.
okay.
It looks at both companies' business processes, figures out where they're similar and where they're different. Then it like suggests how to align that new data with your existing business stuff.
So it's almost like it's speaking both data and business.
Yeah, kinda.
This is feeling like way more than just a helpful assistant.
It is. Think about it this way. Traditionally, data professionals have been like the gatekeepers of information, right? We've been the ones responsible for accessing it, cleaning it, analyzing it, and finding insights.
And honestly, a lot of that work can be pretty boring.
Right.
It's like we're spending more time on the technical stuff
Yeah.
than actually using the data to make, a real difference.
Yeah, exactly. But imagine if Leo takes over all those tedious tasks. Suddenly you're free to focus on the strategy, the big picture stuff. You can ask the right questions, find the most important insights, and actually work with people to turn that data into action.
So I'm going from number cruncher to data strategist.
I got it.
That's pretty cool.
The article uses this analogy of a sculptor.
Okay, I like analogies.
A sculptor doesn't spend all their time, quarrying stone and chiseling away the rough edges.
Right.
They focus on the artistic vision, the shape they want to create. The technical details are important, but they're not the end goal.
I see, yeah. So with Leo, we become the sculptors of data,
Yeah.
shaping the information to get what we want. And because Leo is always learning and improving, it can help us see the data in new ways, maybe even find patterns and connections that we would miss before.
Exactly. It's like having a second brain, but one that's constantly expanding its knowledge and abilities.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
It's not just about delegating tasks, it's about having a thought partner that can challenge how we think and push us to be more creative.
And that's where the real magic happens, right? When we're free from the constraints of like manual data processing, we can really unleash our human creativity and ingenuity. We can solve complex problems, drive innovation, and create real value for our organizations.
This has been all about how it could change our work lives.
Mhm.
But what about like the bigger picture? How might this impact society, as a whole?
Mhm.
If we can use AI to automate all this stuff and like free up human potential, what could we achieve?
Oh man, that's where things get really exciting. The article talks about some possibilities: accelerated scientific discovery, personalized education, more efficient and equitable healthcare, even solutions to like global problems, climate change, poverty.
It's a pretty amazing vision of the future.
It is, right? One
Yeah.
where AI helps us reach our full potential. It's an exciting time to be alive, an exciting time to be a data professional.
Yeah, for sure. We're not just watching this happen. We're shaping it.
Exactly. And that brings us to the end of part 2 of our deep dive. We've talked about the potential of AI polymaths to change not just how we work, but also society as a whole. But there's one more important thing we got to talk about. How do you get ready for this future?
Yeah. What skills do we need to succeed in a world where AI is like everywhere? That's the big question. Welcome back to the deep dive. Feels like we've only just scratched the surface of how AI could, completely change everything.
We have, but now let's think about you. How can you prepare for this future where AI is as normal as like having a smartphone? What skills will you need to, really thrive in this new world?
It's almost like the rules of the game are changing. What should we be learning? What are the skills we absolutely have to have for this AI future? Should we all be like coding experts now?
That's a common thought, but it's not quite right. The article actually says that as AI does more of the technical work, human skills become even more important. Things like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, communication, those are the things that make us, human.
So it's not about like competing with AI, it's about like teaming up with it, using our strengths along with its power.
Exactly. Just imagine your AI assistant handles all the data cleaning, the analysis, even writes the code. That frees you up to focus on the big questions, like what problems should we be solving? What are our goals? How can we use data to like really make a difference?
So instead of being data technicians, we become data strategists.
Yeah, you got it.
We're focused on strategy, innovation, and how humans solve problems.
Exactly. The article talks about um, strategic architecture, innovation, experimenting, getting the most value out of our businesses, solving complex problems, working together as a team, and mentorship. Those are all areas where human judgment and intuition can't be replaced.
Okay, but even if we're not all like writing code, wouldn't we still need to like at least understand how AI works?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like driving a car. You don't need to be a mechanic, but it helps to know the basics, in case something goes wrong.
So knowing about AI will be essential for everyone, not just data people.
Right. And it's not just about the technical stuff. It's about understanding what AI means, being able to look at the results it gives us and deciding if they make sense, and knowing how to work with AI systems effectively.
It's like a whole new way of thinking. We're going from humans making all the decisions
Mhm.
to humans and AI working together.
And that partnership, that's where the real possibilities are. By combining, what humans are good at with the power of AI, we can do things we never could before. It's exciting, but maybe a little scary too, right?
So how do we get ready for a future that's so uncertain? What can we do now to be prepared for tomorrow?
The most important thing is to never stop learning. Stay curious, be adaptable, and be willing to keep learning new skills. Try out new AI tools, take online courses, read articles and books, connect with other people who are, exploring this stuff too.
And don't be afraid to like mess up, to experiment, to try things you've never done before. Because the truth is, nobody has all the answers. We're all figuring this out as we go.
And that's what makes it so exciting. We're at the very beginning of something new, and we get to be a part of shaping it. So think about this. If you could let an AI assistant handle all the technical details and it was always learning and getting better, what amazing, creative, and strategic goals could you go after?
That's a great question to think about. It's been really interesting exploring how AI polymaths could change the world.
It has. And we've really only just started. There's so much more to learn.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive as much as we have. If you have any thoughts or questions, share them with us on social media. Use the hashtag DeepDiveAI.
And thank you, as always, for joining us on this exploration. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.